All right, we're back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. Today is April 17th, Friday, April 17th. That's important, the day of the week. For those of you trying to keep track. How's everyone doing with their COVID hair? Huh? I'm rocking mine today, as you can see. It's getting a little grayer, definitely longer. Revisiting a cowlick that I haven't seen since high school, so that's kind of neat. Speaking of hair, I know that on Facebook some of you are posting your senior pictures in support of this year's senior class. Uh, and there's some really good big hair out there. So if you have that picture, we'd love to see it. I know who you are and you know who you are, so give it a shot. And speaking of big hair, it's Friday, so that makes it Octane Friday. And who doesn't love Octane Friday? You're going to turn this up. So we're going back to 1986 on this day, and the movie Maximum Overdrive is released. Doesn't sound familiar to you? Well, I remember it only because of why this song of the day, but I do not remember the movie because I never saw the movie. It's a Stephen King movie, and I think it's the only one he ever directed or produced. Anyway, his movies were notoriously bad about his books, except for The Shining and Christine. And this one falls into the category of really, really bad. I think it gets like 1 star and says it's just really terrible. It's a movie about the Earth's rotation gets stuck somewhere, and the machines in the whole world come to life and take over. And it's actually called a horror comedy, so that never goes well together. I had to look and see who was in it, and it turns out it's Emilio Estevez, so that was a fun fact as well. But that movie comes out, and there's a soundtrack to it, and who did the soundtrack but AC/DC? The name of the album was Who Made Who, because it's a soundtrack album, and that was released in May of '86. That album had all AC/DC songs on it, but only 3 of them were new songs, and only one of those actually had lyrics to it, and that was the song Who Made Who. The other 2 were instrumentals. Included on that album was kind of like a mini greatest hits with some select AC/DC songs, and including one with the Bon Scott era, the song Ride On, which was pretty cool. But I remember owning that cassette and playing that album a lot, and I really do like that song Who Made Who. The video is pretty cool. The extras in the video are actually fans from their fan club that showed up for the filming of the video. So fast forward, the book The Stand. I don't know from who actually read that book because it's like 900 pages. I only know one person that read that book. But that Stephen King book is about a global pandemic of a flu virus that is released by the United States, and it has no cure, and it wipes out the planet save for like factions of people. So that's kind of hits home and is appropriate right now. In that book, he releases a longer version of it because 900 pages is not enough, and then he reintroduces some different characters and adds some more chapters, but they do reference Who Made Who in that revision, and one of the characters actually says Who Made Flu instead. So that's also a little fun fact. So we're going with our Octane Friday song of the day, and it's going to be Who Made Who by AC/DC. Turn it up, enjoy, and we'll see you on the flip side.